Google Calendars is simple and pretty awesome. So if you log into your Google account, google.com, and click sign in, you see your top link bar, click to calendar, and here we are on the calendar. And if you go into the My Calendars section, you can create a new calendar and create as many new calendars as you'd like to be listed here for your different classes or clubs. And for each of those calendars you can configure them. So let's say for our Shawnee TV production calendar, you can also show them too. So if I wanted to add different calendars, you just click the highlight buttons and it'll show the different calendars. I currently have just the Shawnee TV calendar shown here. And if you click the little arrow next to your calendar, you get this dialog box. If you would like to set up your share settings, that's probably something you want to do. Click share the calendar, and then you can see that you can add specific email addresses that can either see the events or make changes and manage sharing, which is least restrictive. They can also just make changes to the events, so adding new events is something they would be able to do as well, or they could only see it. Or they can see only free busy and not see some of the details within each of the calendar events. So that's kind of like if you wanted to set your club secretary up with the ability to add calendar events, and then you can oversee it and use it on your website. So that would be for setting up the sharing. I make my calendar public, so anybody that goes to the calendar wherever I have it, either embedded onto my websites or linked from different pages, they can see the events, which is the whole reason we're using the calendar, and then only certain people can edit it. And if we go back to the calendar, another useful feature, if you click this little down arrow, going to the calendar settings, gives you a lot of different options here for further describing your calendar, but this is the interesting one. So embed this calendar. You would be able to grab this code right here and copy it, and you can go to your website, let's say an eBoard, and you'd be able to embed that calendar. So by adding a note and calling it calendar, and then in the text field I can go to the HTML. So we're going into the source code of the web page, and I'm going to paste the calendar information and say update. And now my calendar will be embedded as a note that all of my students will be able to see. So I can click save, and down at the bottom here you'd see the calendar now embedded, and this is just an example. So here, all of your events can be posted on any number of websites. This calendar can be sized, custom sized, if you go into the Google website. Let me get back to Google Calendar. Customize the color, size, and other options. So here's the width. So if you needed to make it smaller, that's how you would customize it. And here you would copy and paste that HTML into either an eBoard note or other websites that you have available into the HTML of the website, and then it'll load the calendar on your page. So that's one of the nicest features about the calendar, being able to embed in different websites, being able to set up different sharing rights for specific people who might need to add events to the calendar. Could be your coworkers, colleagues, or students in your clubs, and gives you a lot of options in this settings area to kind of further customize your calendar. So hope you like this tutorial.